This has been the worst start to a stream ever, and it's not over yet. The stream, that is. I need to prevent this other stream. I don't know what's going on. It looks like I'm doing 2 streams at the same time. Why don't I just start doing what I was gonna be doing? Hey there guys, I also didn't set up any nice tunes to play, so that's what I'll be doing as well. Let's get some nice tunes going in the background, something nice to listen to. This will do. Make sure the volume is somewhat decent. Looks like my voice is louder than the music. That is what we want. And yeah, there we go. Welcome to Bolo Bolo and to the worst stream in my life. Yeah. It genuinely looks like I'm doing 2 streams at the same time, but who knows? Anyway. This is Bolo Bolo, as you perhaps know. And this is the zoo that is almost finished. You're looking at a version of Bolo Bolo that lacks almost, you know, is almost devoid of life. The only place where animals reside currently is over here and here, this area, because we've built that last and we removed animals from all other sections of the zoo. All that is left for us is, to be honest, this little headache of a place that I think I'm going to build another bird walkthrough area in, although we already have an aviary over here. I think there's birds that fit better here. And then we have to finish up the much feared lion area that will be the, obviously will be the final video. This is nice, isn't it? I'm pleased with, pretty proud of this. Look at the monkeys living on their monkey island, just the way I dreamed they would. You know, this is what I hoped would happen, that the monkeys would spend time over there, but that most of them would genuinely be hanging out here on their island. Right, and that it looks like there's like 6 or 7 of them over here. But before we build the lions, I'm going to show you a little space that I've never really shown a lot, and that is in here. This is, as you can very clearly see, an unfinished nocturnal animal thingy area, and this is where I think the civet lives. Yes, the African civet. It looks much cooler at night, actually. And this is where we put the aardvark. And as you can see, there's no aardvark in here either. And this sort of style and design is what we're going to put into the final habitats. The dream is to put at least one of either fennec fox and bat-eared fox in here, and the honey badger, which is, you know, it has its behaviors depend. It really depends on where they live and the time of year. Honey badgers are known to dwell, you know, they're known to spend their day active or their night active, depending on where they live. But we're going to put our honey badgers here in the nocturnal area. And I had a bit of a dream, and I think that's what we're going to do first. I had a bit of a dream at one point of putting a bat cave in here. But actually, now that I think about it, I already have bats. I have 2 bat exhibits already. One of them is over here, and it's empty, as you can tell, because I removed all animals. And one bat area is Where is it? Here-ish? No, that's not it. Where is it? Where's my bats? Where are my bats? Wow. This zoo is too big. I don't know where I put my bats. New mission. Find the bats I put in the zoo. I know I put them in here. But where? There. There we go. This is also a bat. So I don't think we need a third bat area, right? Let's not. Let's just start digging a hole for the honey badger and the fennec fox. Right, so I think I'm gonna space it out like one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. I just could we fit two opposite each other here? I think we could. It's gonna leave a little bit of an ugly little room here, but that's what we're going to do anyway. So behind this habitat is this. A bit of an ugly area. I'm never gonna... So we're just going to grab the staff path, make it much narrower, make sure it is going to tunnel through this wall. And we're going to sort of go here, whoopsie, and dig a hole. And I don't know whereabouts we are. We can sort of check by doing this. Okay, we had a ways to go, but let's see if we can then go like this. This is a high-tech method of building. Alright, and then we're gonna just, now that we have the general vibe here, we're gonna be, let's just go flatten to foundation, remove the path, that's critical. This can go, doesn't really need to be much bigger than this, does it? And let's flatten foundation. Anyway guys, I don't know if anyone's gonna be watching this, but how have you been? If you haven't caught up with me, I've spent the last 8 months of my life taking care of a second kid. Became father for the second time, and life's been appropriately crazy. Very hectic with the new school year starting and the oldest daughter going to school for the first time. Me going to school again, the youngest kid going to daycare for the first time, and just generally being a young child who needs care 24/7. It's been a lot. I'm not gonna lie about that, but wouldn't trade it for the world. That's also true. I am pleased and happy with the life I have at the moment. Is it lazy that I just wanna copy this little wall? Like, I kind of like the vibe of what I was doing here. Let's just for a part of this habitat at least copy this over. Hang on, there's some random loose stalag boys joining the party, which I don't want. I don't want you guys here. Get out of here. All right. Yeah, yeah, I think we're gonna have to be looking for some variation in this mud wall eventually. Which is just gonna add a bit more interesting shapes to it. Let's just say we also this looks like the smaller habitat, so I'm gonna say already that this is going to be the fox, and let's have the honey badger at the other end. I can take it 'cause baby, every time you touch me. Okay, don't get copyright struck if you sing along to the song. And then we have these weird viewing windows that I was making. I can also, you know, just copy these over. This isn't going to be, you know, a showcase of my exquisite skills, but just finishing up an area that I neglected for a while. So don't expect craziness right now. But just utilitarian gameplay of finishing up an area that I started building a long time ago and never bothered to finish. It is still my ambition to finish Bolo Bolo within the next few, you know, I could even say weeks perhaps, because in December I'm gonna, depending on, you know, life turns out, but I should be having a lot more time to actually get working on finishing this zoo. So I think we might be looking at a Bolo Bolo end within the year 2025. Okay, I've said, you know, I've promised crazy things before. I might regret doing so, but there really isn't a lot left to be done. Because the only real issue right now that we have is dealing with the bad boys that will live above this habitat, the lions. Because I have such a... I'm having a bit of a neurotic time coming up with an idea for the lions. I want it to be very good, but I have my limits as a builder. And all of the ideas I have in my head, they're not gonna translate to the actual skill set that I have. So I also need to be realistic about it. So why is it not turning more? It says it doesn't have angle snap on, but it clearly does. Let's try and get this as close as possible to the path. There. Alright, and then we go about hiding. Let's use, do we have some plaster walls up in here? We do have these. We can just use these. We can do some interesting things with these shapes. just to random rotation of those, and then we're gonna grab the whole wall and flip it around and then play around with just how that looks. I don't know what I'm doing over here. This also won't be a video on the channel because I'm just doing some random things. Sometimes you just gotta throw plaster cones at the wall and see what sticks. Alright, so about the realism of this habitat, in all of the nocturnal habitats I've seen, many of them are rather barren and have like these dried plants or fake trees. So I think I'm just gonna continue this trend of these very dry plants, and these things don't actually grow. These are real plants, by the way. I thought this was like some fantasy plant, but the bristle cone, I thought this was like some fantasy plant, some unrealistic, plant they made for the Twilight Pack. But no, the bristlecone pine is an actual crazy tree species that's very long-lived and has some of the oldest, confirmed living trees in existence are from this family. So that's a lesson learned for me. And they actually do look like this. Hang on, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm gonna remove that other live stream that I scheduled, just to clear up any potential confusing. Right, there we go. All right, now get some. Let's get some null barrier going. Place it well outside of these structures, just to be sure, a little bit outside here as well. And let's crawl back into the walls. None of this is traversable anyway. Alright, is it now complete? Okay guys, which fox do I put in here? The bat-eared fox or the fennec fox? Let's see. Zoopedia, how many of them need to be in habitat? 1 to 10? This is a really nice mod though. They have the same requirements. Oh, but they need a whole lot of space though. The land area should be fine. It's not gonna be fine. It's not gonna be fine if we put more. I think we have to go fennec fox here, because the mod actually gives them a pretty sizable land requirement, and as you can see, yeah, the fox, they're gonna be fine. Let's go with 1 male, 3 females. Find them in our storage, send them over here, and while we wait, we can get to just beautifying this habitat just a little bit. Fennec fox. Just for, you know, the sake of our animals, let's check if we have some keepers that don't have a work zone. Ida, you're taking care of this using this and this. And we'll call this fennec fox. There we go. Now, before we move on, we added pretty cool lighting in these habitats. And I don't remember how. I don't remember which lighting I used. These are exhibits. They look really cool in the night as well. But like this habitat with the red, and then we have the more bluish, I think, just for fun. Red, blue, and green, right? Oh, there's actually some light peeking through from the other habitat, but let's see if we can get some... Is it the stadium lights I used? It wasn't, right? No, it's not. Okay. Which light was it again? Floor lights. This, the area light. Okay. Let's see if we can get some nice green going in here. Ooh, I like the vibe of that. I like the vibe of that for sure. Not too much, don't push it, but let's get like a deeper one here in the center as well. Hey, you're not about to escape, are you? Ah, this was the right choice. So if you stand over here, ah, this is nice, isn't it? Pleased with this. Okay. Now I know that they have enrichment. Keeper cannot reach habitat. What's going on? Why can't you reach the habitat? I think you can. There's a path and everything. Okay. If I put this here, where is the other end? Ah, that's not nice. But what if we angle it downwards? Okay, so this circular shape is distracting, so we are going to put a pillar in here. I'm just gonna steal once again a pillar from another habitat. Or is this gonna be too much? That's a big pillar for just some small foxes. Let's see how this feels. First of all, I think this is gonna mess with their traversable area. Oh, actually, we're still good. You know what I want? I know I didn't do this here. I added like roots and everything, but I want this ceiling to be more like fake and art. You know, I'm between parentheses artistic, right? I think I want to grab some plaster panels and put lights on them. It's an experiment. It is a little bit of an experiment that we're gonna try. No, don't random rotate like this. Don't do me like that. Should I do blue or black for these panels? What's the lowest they need to be? Even lower. Let's start there. Okay, before we move any further, let's see how this is gonna work. First of all, we color these black. And grab some little lights. What can we use for like stars? We're not gonna use actual stars. Is it gonna ruin everything? If we... It might. Is there a better sort of star shape out there? These things... These things do... Okay, okay, that's something. Ooh, these are very small. I like this the most. Let's have like... I like this. Oh. And now we gotta... I should have thought this through. Now I have to plant a whole bunch of stars. Hang on, hang on. Why is it... Why is this not... Hang on. This panel isn't completely horizontal, is it? Very hard to tell, honestly. I think it is. Why is it doing that? You see what I mean? Come on. Just let me click several groups at once. No, you go away. I don't need you. You can come too. You as well. You are all a group now. Okay. No. Keep pressing the wrong one. This is the one. Okay, now gotta select all the groups. I don't think it's quite finished. Not you. Not you, go away. Actually, no. I just need the ones on this panel. Okay. I hope this idea is worth it in the end. No, stop. Stop interrupting my process. You know what? Nope. The idea is deleted. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Go away, panels. There we go. Let's grab some of the old dependable Caesar rock walls. Who hasn't done this? Be honest. Who hasn't used a good old Caesar rock wall? And if you haven't, guys, I recommend going to the workshop and using one of Caesar's rock walls. I'm not in a very talkative mood today, apparently. I know I haven't really been much of a talker at this point in the stream. I'm sorry if you watch this now or later. Alright, let's do a little bit of rock work here in the bottom. I know these foxes are gonna have some problems with these roxes in terms of traversability, so let's make them very subtle, just barely present. Except for at the edges, where we can be a bit more bold with them. Random rotation was off, I just noticed. That's okay. Just want to make sure the floor looks textured and interesting and has plenty of shadows. We are then just gonna grab any plant that has like dry or parched. Let's go parched first. It doesn't look great in the lighting, that has to be said. What about dry? This actually might service the purpose a little better, although it is, you know, not an African plant, blah blah blah. I don't think the foxes really mind. Always been a big fan of the sand sledge plant. Very underrated to fill up like rocks and gaps. Really looks like plants peeking through a more rugged ground. Saltwort will mess up the fox's traversable terrain, but it's still a good plant to be using. We have forgotten an important thing, and that is enrichment, starting with their like burial, animal burrow. Where do I put it? Can I put it here? And is it traversable when I do so? It is available. Oh! Do fennec foxes not burrow? Was I mistaken? Let me Google that right quick. Fennec fox. I wanna know. Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, fennec foxes. Hey, be
Not
quiet.
much, just here and ready to chat.
Yeah.
Let me know what's on your mind.
Let me speak. Fennec foxes, are they nocturnal? Yes, they are, I think. Do they use like mounds, burrows, I mean, under the ground? Do they dig holes under the ground or no? Please tell me.
Absolutely, you've got it right. Fennec foxes are indeed nocturnal, so they're most active during the night. And yes, they do dig burrows underground. They use those burrows as a cool, safe place to rest and escape the heat of the desert during the day. So you're spot on.
Okay, why is... Then I have to wonder why this burrow is not accessible by the fennec. It is accessible, it says. Right? Come on, just let me click it. Let me click. Come on, girl. Just let me click you. No suitable species. That's kind of odd. Let's just still put it in here because it feels appropriate. And I want to put some more like wood, more dead like wood in here. Do we have like branches? Let's have a tree in here resting against this little rock pillar. Doesn't really need to be much more than this, does it? This already looks pretty nice, to be honest. We still haven't found out what it looks like during the day. That is true. And I think the guest viewing experience is pretty nice, actually. I think you get a you do get a pretty ugly view there of the. Let's do our best to hide this. Yeah, this is doesn't really need to be much more than this, to be honest. Yeah, this whole area is a bit of a mess. I think I might actually abandon. I'm really not in the mood to finish this. This is ugly. I'm very well aware. I never really this, and it's not great, is it? So I might just abandon that old area. And if anyone downloads this zoo or looks at a tour, I'm just gonna say, please look away. You don't need to be looking at all of that. But what it looks like during the day, well, let's find out. It's missing something, right? Like a something over here. First of all, let's look at the fennec fox enrichment. Oh, it needs a small burrow. That makes sense. Now that we know that, we can place more than one in here. Why do I feel like I need to add like a tree? Continuation of the whole gorilla habitat. But I like it. Sure they get some food up in here, starting with this unattractive little water crane item. Guys, oh, they really are cute. I'm glad I put them in here. I'm glad we added the fennec fox, aren't you? Aren't you glad, guys? Wow, I really am in an entertaining mood today, barely speaking. It's just a chill Wednesday night here for me. And I don't think I'm gonna stream much longer, as you can tell. Ugh. I actually accomplished what I set out to do. I streamed for an hour. I'm actually already satisfied with this. So, just a short little stream. But I'm just gonna do a little bit more stuff offline. Probably play another game. But just a simple little... Actually, no, I think we gotta do something with this ridge. Make it better somehow. Let's see if we can grab this desert rock cladding. I want to put like some more, a little bit more vibrant plant life there. I don't know. But that would... Can I still sort of push this down a little bit? Not really. This seems to be a little bit of an artifact. What desert plants? Let's go to biome, desert, continent, Africa. Okay, these are nice. I can see these being taken care of in an indoor facility. Green grass, sure. Terraria, sure. We know about Terraria, of course. It's not a surprise to be seeing it here. This I like. A bit of like a plant ridge border here to tease the viewer. It's not perfect, but it works. Anyway, guys, that is genuinely, I don't know. That's all I really need to do for this habitat, don't you think? I never want to do something crazy here, and this is not something that I would, you know, grab people by the scruff of their neck and say, look at this amazing habitat I did. But if I built this like in the year 2021, I would absolutely go nuts and scream, oh my god, look at what I did. Now I'm just like, it's okay, it's nice, but I can see how it could be improved. So that is the aardvark and the civet done. Oh, these were a nice touch from this habitat actually. But that is genuinely it for this evening, dear friends. I'm going to call it here. We're gonna save our game twice because I'm now saving Bolo Bolo twice. I have 2 saves. And then I'm going to sign off already from this stream that had a little bit of a chaotic beginning. I'm well aware. But if you're watching now, if you're gonna be watching this later, or if you watched at any point, I want to thank you for stopping by. But it's only gonna be a short stream, only like an hour or so. So we accomplished that goal. Thank you for spending time with me, and I promise I will actually be streaming Bolo Bolo. Maybe even building the lion habitat. I'm not quite sure yet. Anyway, thank you.